Dr. Han Jun could not believe his eyes. The signal on his screen was not random noise. It was a pattern. A clear, unmistakable pattern coming from the Epsilon Eridani star system. "Check this again," he told his team at the Global Space Initiative. His heart beat fast in his chest. After 3 days of checking and double-checking, they were sure. This was a message from aliens. It was the year 2087. Humans had already sent people to Mars and built small bases on the Moon, but they had never found proof of other intelligent life. Until now. Dr. Han worked day and night with his team to decode the message. They used the most powerful computers on Earth. After 2 weeks, they had their answer. "We are the Galactic Council. We wish to speak with Earth representatives." The message was simple but changed everything humans knew about their place in the universe. World leaders met in an emergency meeting. They decided to respond. "This is Earth. We are ready to talk." 3 months later, the Galactic Council sent more detailed messages. They wanted to meet humans in person. They suggested a meeting point near Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to Earth. Luckily, humans had just finished building their first true starship, the Pathfinder *. "We need our best people for this mission," said the President of the United Nations. Captain Kim Da was chosen to command the Pathfinder *. She was known for her calm thinking and quick decisions. At 42, she had led the first human mission to the outer planets. Now she would lead humanity's first meeting with aliens. "I know this is a huge responsibility," Kim said to her crew as they prepared to leave Earth orbit. "We carry the hopes of our entire species." The journey to Alpha Centauri took 3 weeks using the new quantum drive. As they approached the meeting point, they saw it. A massive space station floating in the emptiness between stars. It was beautiful, with curved sections that glowed with soft blue light. "It's bigger than anything we've ever built," whispered Park Soo, the team's xenobiologist. His job was to study alien life forms. Their technology must be centuries ahead of ours. The Pathfinder * docked at the station. Captain Kim led her team through the airlock. They wore their formal Earth uniforms but kept their sidearms. Caution was still important. What they saw inside amazed them. The station was full of different alien species walking, floating, or gliding through wide hallways. Some had 6 legs. Others had no legs at all. Some looked almost like humans but with strange colored skin. Others looked nothing like any life on Earth. "Welcome, humans," said a tall, thin alien with silver skin and large eyes. "I am Kelzor of the Viridians, current leader of the Galactic Council. We have waited a long time for this meeting." Kelzor introduced the other main council races. The Tholians looked like giant insects with complex eye patterns. The Mrodaks were short and stocky with thick blue fur. 4 other species completed the council, each stranger than the last. "We have watched your planet for centuries," Kelzor said as they walked to a large meeting room. "Most young species destroy themselves before reaching the stars. You have surprised us by surviving." Li Jun, Earth's chief negotiator, noticed something in Kelzor's voice. Was it concern, or perhaps fear? "The Council has governed interstellar relations for 12,000 years, Kelzor continued. "We maintain peace and order among over 300 intelligent species." Captain Kim saw how the other aliens reacted to humans. Some seemed curious, others nervous. One group of small green aliens actually moved away when humans approached. "Why do they seem afraid of us?" Kim whispered to Park Soo. "I don't know," he replied, "but I intend to find out." As they entered the grand meeting chamber, with its high ceiling and view of the stars, Captain Kim felt a strange feeling. They had come hoping to learn from these advanced aliens, but now she wondered, what did these aliens really want from humanity? The first meeting of humans and the Galactic Council was about to begin, and nothing would ever be the same again. The meeting room on the space station was huge. Its walls seemed to be made of something like glass, but stronger. Through them, Captain Kim Da and her team could see stars and distant planets. Please sit, said Kelzar, the silver-skinned leader of the Galactic Council. The human team sat at a large round table. Each seat had small screens with information in many languages, including Earth languages. Servants brought drinks and strange foods. Everything looked too perfect, too planned. We have prepared a welcome gift, Kelzar said with a wide smile. Another alien brought in a small box and opened it. Inside was a golden device about the size of a phone. This contains medical knowledge that will help humans live 200 years, Kelzar explained. It is a small sample of what we offer. Li Jun, Earth's best negotiator, kept his face calm even though he was surprised. He had expected to spend days talking before any gifts were offered. You are very generous, Li said carefully. May I ask why? The council members looked at each other. One of the insect-like Tholians made a clicking sound that the translation devices couldn't handle. We believe in helping young species, Kelzar said finally. The universe can be dangerous. Many threats exist that you do not yet know about. Captain Kim noticed that Park Soo, their xenobiologist, was typing notes quickly into his tablet. He had noticed something. Kelzar stood up and raised his long, thin arms. The 3D map of the galaxy appeared above the table. The Council offers Earth observer status in our alliance, he said. We will give you technology to solve your energy problems forever. We will share medical science that will end most human diseases. We will protect your ships as you begin to explore. The map zoomed in to show Earth's solar system. Small dots appeared, representing stations or bases. All we ask is permission to build small bases in your system, Kelzar continued, and oversight of your military development. For safety, you understand. Captain Kim felt a chill run down her back. The offer sounded good, but something felt wrong. We would need time to discuss this with our leaders, Li Jun said. Of course, Kelzar said, but know that all species who join us thrive. Those who choose to stay alone. He didn't finish his sentence. The council members left so the humans could talk privately. They're hiding something, Park Soo said immediately. Did you notice how the Tholian reacted when you asked why they were offering gifts? And they want bases in our system, Captain Kim added, plus control over our military. That's a lot to ask. The technology they're offering would change human life forever, said Bai Jin, their technology expert. But we have no idea what's in that golden device. It could have ways to spy on us. Li Jun nodded. I think we should thank them but say no to this first offer. See how they react. When the council returned, Li Jun stood up. He smiled and bowed slightly. The people of Earth are honored by your generous offer, he said. However, we need more time to understand our place in the galaxy. We would prefer to start with simple trade agreements instead. The reaction was immediate. Kelzar's silver skin seemed to darken. The Tholians' clicking grew faster. The furry Mrodaks whispered to each other. This is unusual, Kelzar said finally. No new species has ever declined our initial offer. Humans are sometimes unusual, Li Jun said with another small smile. Very well, Kelzar said, trying to hide his surprise. We will prepare alternative proposals. As the humans returned to their ship that night, Captain Kim pulled Park Soo aside. Why do you think they were so surprised by our answer? Park looked out at the alien station through a window. I think they're used to getting their way. And I think they're scared of something. Scared of what? Kim asked. I'm not sure yet, Park said. But it might be us. Back in their private chamber, the council members were not happy. This has never happened, Kelzar said, pacing. They were supposed to accept immediately. Humans are more dangerous than we thought, a Tholian said. We need a new plan. Yes, Kelzar agreed. And we need it quickly, before the humans realize their true potential. The news of the Galactic Council's offer spread quickly when Captain Kim's team returned to Earth. Leaders from all countries met at the United Nations building in New York to talk about what to do. We should take their technology, said one leader. Think how it could help our people. But at what cost? Asked General Min, head of Earth's defense forces. The general was a short man with a serious face and gray hair. They want to put bases in our solar system. They want to watch our military. That sounds like control, not friendship. President Kang Ji stood up. She was the leader of the United Nations and respected by all. Before we decide, we need more information. We need to know more about this council. Choi Hyun was asked to speak next. She was Earth's best intelligence analyst. For 2 weeks, she had studied all the information from the meeting with the council. I found something strange, Choi said. She showed images on the big screen. These are pictures of different alien ships we saw at the station. I compared them to the council records they shared with us. The images showed ships from many different species. Notice anything? She asked. General Yoon spoke up. Some species have only small ships. No big ones. Exactly, said Choi. I checked the records. Every species that joined the council started with many types of ships. But over time, they ended up with only small ones. No warships, no large explorers. The room was quiet as everyone thought about what this meant. There's more, Choi continued. The council shared economic data with us. Look what happens to planets after they join. New charts appeared on the screen. They showed how planets became dependent on council trade and technology. They all end up needing the council to survive, Choi explained. None of them stay independent. President Kang looked worried. So if we accept their offer, we might lose our freedom, General Yoon finished. Meanwhile, far away on the council space station, the 7 main alien species were having their own emergency meeting. The humans should have accepted our offer, said the Tholian representative, clicking its mandibles nervously. All others do. Humans are different, said Kelzar, the Viridian leader. They are more careful than we expected. A hologram appeared in the center of their meeting room. It showed Earth and data about human development. Their technology is advancing too quickly, said the furry Mrodax representative. Look at their progress in just the last 50 Earth years. The data showed how humans had gone from simple space travel to quantum drives in less time than any other known species. If they continue at this rate, the Mrodax didn't finish its sentence. They could match our technology in 100 years, said Kelzer. Maybe less. We should stop them now, suggested the Tholian. One quick strike at their main cities. No, said Kelzer firmly. That would unite the rest of humanity against us. Remember their history. Humans fight hardest when attacked. We need them to join us willingly. Then what do we do? Asked another council member. We make a better offer, said Kelzer. One they cannot refuse. And we prepare our fleet, just in case. On Earth, Dr. Han Jun was working late in his lab. After studying the council's star charts, he had found something interesting. Several star systems that the council seemed to avoid. Why would they stay away from these places? He wondered. He sent a message to Captain Kim. I think I found something important. At the same time, Engineer Ba Jin was studying the small golden device the council had given them. He had not activated it yet, but his scan showed something hidden inside. This isn't just medical knowledge, he said to himself. There's something else in here. Something they didn't tell us about. The puzzle was getting more complex, and Earth had to be careful about its next move. 3 months passed. Earth prepared for another meeting with the Galactic Council. Scientists studied the star charts Dr. Han had found. Military leaders made plans just in case things went wrong. Then the sensors picked up something big entering Earth's solar system. It wasn't just one ship. It was 20 huge ships, each bigger than anything humans had built. They're here, Captain Kim said, looking at the screen showing the alien fleet. She had been promoted to admiral after the first contact mission. The lead council ship sent a message. We come in peace with a new proposal. Unlike the first meeting, this time the aliens came to Earth. Their ships stayed in orbit, but one smaller ship landed near the United Nations building. A large group of aliens from all 7 council species stepped out. Kelzar led them, wearing special clothes that sparkled in the sunlight. "We bring friendship and a better offer," he announced. Inside the meeting hall, world leaders gathered. President Kang sat at the center with General Yoon, Admiral Kim, and other key people. Kelzar stood and spread his arms wide. "The Council has never done this before," he said. "We offer Earth full membership in the Galactic Council, not just observer status. Full voting rights from the start." People in the room murmured in surprise. Admiral Kim and Lee Jun exchanged looks. This was unexpected. "We will give you terraforming technology," Kelzar continued. "You can make Mars like Earth in just 30 years. And we offer quantum communication devices that will change how humans share information forever." Holograms appeared, showing green fields on Mars and new communication systems that seemed like magic. "These gifts come with no military restrictions," Kelzar added. "We only ask for cultural exchange programs so our people can learn from each other. And we ask that you adopt the Council's legal system, which has kept peace for thousands of years." President Kang thanked Kelzar for the offer. "We need time to study this proposal," she said. For the next week, Earth's experts examined every detail of the offer. Dr. Han Jun spent days looking at the terraforming plans. Bai Jin studied the quantum communication devices in a secure room deep underground. They shared what they found. "The terraforming technology, it is real," Dr. Han said. "It could work, but it would use special materials that only the Council can provide. We would depend on them forever." Bai Jin looked troubled. "The communication devices are amazing, but I found hidden code in them. They would let the Council monitor all human communications." Lee Jun pointed to a section in the agreement about cultural exchange. "This would put Council advisors in every major human organization and look at their legal system. It gives the Council final say in all important decisions." Admiral Kim summed it up. "This offer looks better than the first one, but it would still take away our freedom, just more slowly." President Kang made her decision. The next day, she stood before the Council delegation. "People of Earth are honored by your generous offer," she said, using the same words Lee Jun had used before. "But we must decline. Instead, we propose a simple trade agreement, equal exchange between our worlds, with no military or government requirements." Kelzar's silver skin darkened again, but this time with anger, not surprise. "You decline?" "Again?" he asked, his voice cold. "We do," President Kang said firmly. The Council delegation left without another word. Their ships moved away from Earth quickly. After they were gone, General Yoon turned to Admiral Kim. "What happens now?" "I don't know," she answered. "But we should prepare. They won't give up so easily." Far away in Council space, Kelzar called an emergency meeting. "The humans refuse to be reasonable," he said. "We must consider stronger measures." The Tholian representative clicked in agreement. "It is time to show them what happens to those who don't join us." Deep in space, on the main Council world, the 7 alien leaders met in a room with no windows. No one else was allowed inside. No recordings were made. "The humans are a bigger problem than we thought," said Kelzar, pacing back and forth. His silver skin looked dull under the room's harsh lights. "Show us the new data," ordered the Tholian representative. A 3D image of Earth appeared in the center of the room. Charts and numbers floated around it. "Their technology is advancing too fast," said a Mrodak scientist. "Look at these energy readings from their research labs." The aliens studied the charts with growing alarm. "They are close to discovering quantum field manipulation," said another council member. "That is level 5 technology. No species should reach that for at least 300 years after first spaceflight." "How is this possible?" asked Kelzar. "Humans think differently," explained the scientist. "They try things that should not work. Sometimes they find new ways that we never considered." The Tholian made an angry clicking noise. "This is why we absorb new species early. Once they start developing their own path, they become unpredictable. Meanwhile, on Earth, engineer Ba Jin was working in a special lab deep underground. Around him, 20 other engineers studied pieces of council technology. "Look at this," Ba said, pointing to a small device. "Their power system uses a crystal structure we've never seen before, but I think we can make something similar using Earth materials." One of the other engineers looked surprised. "You mean we can copy their technology?" "Not copy," Ba smiled. "Improve." Across the hall, Dr. Han Jun burst into Admiral Kim's office without knocking. "I found something," he said, his eyes wide with excitement. "Those star systems the Council avoids. I think there are other independent species there. Species not controlled by the Council." Admiral Kim sat up straight. "Are you sure?" "Look at these energy readings," Dr. Han said, showing her his tablet. "They're using technology different from the Council's, and there are old radio signals suggesting they've been avoiding the Council for centuries." "We need to contact them," Admiral Kim said. "They could be allies." Meanwhile, in space, hidden Council spy drones watched Earth. They sent back images of human military bases, factories, and research centers. The Council leaders studied these images carefully. What they saw worried them even more. "Look at their resource allocation," said the Viridian military expert. 40% of their research is on defensive systems. "Is that unusual?" asked Kelzar. "Very. Most species focus on weapons to attack others. Humans spend more on protection than any species we've ever seen." The Council leaders looked at each other, understanding what this meant. "They're preparing for our attack," said the Tholian. "They expect us to try to force them to join. And they're ready to defend themselves," added another. Back on Earth, a team led by Ba Jin made a breakthrough. They had been studying the quantum communication device the Council had offered. "We removed the monitoring code," Ba explained to President Kang and Admiral Kim, "and we found something amazing underneath." He activated the device. A 3D map of the galaxy appeared, much more detailed than anything humans had seen before. "With this, we can see Council ship movements," Ba said. "And look here." He pointed to an area far from Earth. "Their main fleet is gathering." Admiral Kim's face grew serious. "How long until they could reach Earth?" 2 months, maybe less," Ba answered. President Kang stood up. "Then we have 2 months to prepare. Dr. Han, contact those independent systems you found. We need allies. Admiral Kim, get our defenses ready." "What about the new shield system?" asked Admiral Kim. Ba Jin smiled confidently. "It will be ready in time. The Council has no idea what's waiting for them." In the Council chamber, Kelzar made a decision. "No more offers. We will show humanity why every species fears the Council. Prepare the fleet for direct action." What the Council didn't know was that humans were not like any species they had encountered before, and they were about to learn why that was so terrifying. 1 month after their last meeting, the Galactic Council returned to Earth. This time, they sent only one ship. It was smaller than before, but still impressive. The ship landed near the United Nations building just like last time. Only 3 aliens stepped out: Kelzar, a Tholian, and a Mrodax. Their faces showed no friendliness now. Inside the meeting room, President Kang waited with Admiral Kim, Lee Jun, and General Yoon. The mood was tense. "We bring our final offer," Kelzar said coldly. There were no smiles, no fancy holograms this time. "The Council has been patient. That patience is now gone." The Tholian placed a small device on the table. It projected a simple document in human language. "These are our terms," said Kelzar. "Earth will join the Council system with special status. You may keep some independence, but Council advisors will guide your development. Your ships will follow Council rules in space." Lee Jun read the document carefully. "And if we refuse, then Earth will face economic isolation," Kelzar said. "No trade with any Council world. No access to space routes we control." The Tholian clicked its mandibles. Other species who refused us had. Unfortunate accidents, asteroid impacts, solar flares, tragic events. The threat was clear. Join or face destruction. President Kang kept her face calm, but her voice was cold. We will need time to consider this. You have 3 Earth days, said Kelzer. Not 1 day more. After the aliens left, General Yoon slammed his fist on the table. They're threatening us. We should strike first. No, said Admiral Kim. That's what they want. Violence would give them reason to attack with their full force. Lee Jun nodded. We need a different approach, one they won't expect. For 3 days, Earth's leaders worked on their plan. When the time came for their answer, they were ready. The Council representatives returned, expecting Earth to finally give in. Admiral Kim, now leading Earth's response, stood tall before them. Before we give our answer, we want to show you something. She activated a screen that showed images of Council ships near Earth's solar system. Your fleet is moving into attack positions, she said calmly. Did you think we wouldn't notice? Kelzer's silver skin darkened in surprise. How did you? And we found these, continued Admiral Kim, showing more images. These showed old ruins on distant planets. Your council has destroyed civilizations before, wiped them out completely when they refused to join you. The Tholian made angry clicking sounds, but Admiral Kim wasn't finished. We also know about the free worlds outside your control, the ones you try to hide from new species. Now all 3 aliens looked shocked. Their secret was out. Here is our answer, said Admiral Kim, standing straight and proud. Earth refuses your ultimatum. We will not join a system built on threats and control. Instead of anger, a strange look came over Kelzer's face. Was it fear? You've made a terrible mistake, he said, his voice almost shaking. No, replied Admiral Kim. You made the mistake. You thought we would give up our freedom out of fear. That's not how humans work. We have a different offer instead. She handed them a datapad. Earth will remain independent, but we offer to share our innovations with you. Fair trade between equals, not master and servant. Kelzer didn't even look at the pad. The council does not negotiate with equals. Lee Jun finished for him. Perhaps that's your problem. The aliens left in anger. Their ship took off so fast it cracked windows in nearby buildings. That night, President Kang met with her advisors. What happens now? They'll attack, said General Yoon. It's their only move left. Are we ready? Asked President Kang. Engineer Ba Jin nodded confidently. Our new defense system is operational, and we've sent messages to the free worlds Dr. Han found. 2 have already responded. They want to help us. Admiral Kim looked out the window at the stars. The Council has ruled through fear for thousands of years. No one ever stood up to them before. Until now, said President Kang. Until humanity. Far away, Kelzer reported to the full Council. The humans know too much. They'd contacted the free worlds. They've seen our fleet. Then we have no choice, said the Tholian leader. We must strike now, before they grow stronger. The largest fleet in Council history began moving toward Earth. While Earth prepared for the coming attack, a small team led by scientist Oh Min was working on Mars. They had been sent to study some strange readings detected beneath the red planet's surface. Dig here, Oh Min told the robot helpers. They were in a deep canyon where ancient rivers once flowed. The robots dug through the red soil. After 3 days, they hit something hard. It wasn't rock. It was metal. Stop, Oh Min shouted. She carefully brushed away the dust. What she found changed everything. It was a door. An artificial door made by intelligent beings, and it was at least 30,000 years old. We need to open it, she told her team. Carefully. Inside, they found rooms and halls carved into the rock. The walls were covered with strange writing and pictures. Oh Min called Earth immediately. Dr. Han, "You need to see this. We found ruins on Mars. Some kind of base or shelter. And there's technology still working here." Within days, Dr. Han Jun arrived with a special team. They studied the ruins carefully. "These symbols match some of the old languages in the Council database," Dr. Han said, looking at the walls. "But they're much older than the Council said those languages were." In the center of the base, they found a round room with a pedestal. On it sat a crystal device, still glowing faintly after thousands of years. "It's some kind of record keeper," said Ba Jin, who had come to study the technology. Like a library or data storage, they carefully activated the device. It projected images in the air, showing a civilization that once lived in our solar system. They looked almost human, but with blue skin and silver eyes. "The Ardeans," Dr. Han whispered, reading the symbols. "They say they created bases on Earth, Mars, and Europa before they were destroyed." "Destroyed by who?" asked Omin. The images changed to show huge ships that looked like those of the Galactic Council, but older versions. "The Council," Dr. Han said grimly. "The Ardeans refused to join them. So the Council wiped them out, just like they threatened to do to us." The next images showed how some Ardeans escaped to distant stars. They left this record as a warning to any intelligent life that might evolve later in the solar system. "The Council didn't tell us about this," Omin said. "They said they've been peaceful for 12,000 years. "They lied," said Ba Jin. "This is why they wanted bases here, to make sure we never found this." Dr. Han looked at more of the data. The Ardeans discovered a type of energy field the Council couldn't control. That's why they were destroyed. The Council eliminates any species that develops technology they don't understand. "We need to tell everyone," said Omin. Back on Earth, Admiral Kim received the news with a grim face. "This changes everything." She called an emergency meeting with leaders from all Earth nations. They watched the recordings from Mars in shocked silence. "The Council isn't coming to force us to join," Admiral Kim explained. "They're coming to destroy us before we develop further, just like they did to the Ardeans." "What can we do?" asked someone. "We fight," said General Yun. "And we tell others the truth." Earth sent messages to all planets it could reach, including those under Council control. The messages contained proof of the Council's true history, how they destroy the Ardeans and likely other species who refuse to be controlled. The Council fleet was now just days away from Earth. But something unexpected happened. Ships from 3 of the free worlds arrived to help defend Earth. They had suffered under Council threats too. Even more surprising, vessels from 2 Council member species arrived. Their people had seen the evidence from Mars and rebelled against their Council leaders. "We will stand with humans," their captain said. "The Council's lies must end." On the main Council fleet, Kelzar received terrible news. Rebellions have started on 7 worlds. They've seen the Mars records. "The humans must be destroyed immediately," the Tholian commander said, "before more damage is done." The largest fleet in Council history approached Earth, weapons ready. But humanity was no longer alone, and no longer afraid. The day of the battle came. The Council fleet appeared at the edge of Earth's solar system. There were over 200 ships of all sizes. It was the largest attack force ever assembled in Council history. "They're here," said Admiral Kim, looking at the large screen in Earth's defense center. Around her, military leaders from all Earth nations watched and waited. Earth had only 30 ships of its own, plus 12 more from their new allies. It seemed like a hopeless fight. "Are we ready?" asked President Kang, her voice calm despite the danger. Engineer Ba Jin nodded. "The defense system is online. Every ship has the new shields." On the main Council ship, Kelzar watched Earth grow larger on the viewing screen. "Begin the attack," he ordered. "Full power, no mercy." The Council fleet moved forward, weapons charging. Their plan was simple: overwhelm Earth's defenses with massive firepower. It had worked against every other species who dared to resist. The first energy beams shot out from the Council ships. They crossed space, heading straight for Earth and its small fleet. Everyone in Earth's defense center held their breath. Then something amazing happened. The energy beams hit what looked like invisible walls around Earth's ships. The beams didn't explode. They didn't damage anything. Instead, they seemed to fade away, absorbed by something. "It works," shouted Bojin, jumping up in excitement. "The energy absorption fields work." The Council fired again and again. Each time, the same thing happened. Their weapons had no effect. On the Council ship, Kelzar couldn't believe what he was seeing. How is this possible? Increase power. Fire everything. The Council ships moved closer, firing all their weapons. Still nothing happened. Earth's defenses held strong. "Now it's our turn," said Admiral Kim. She gave the order. Counterattack. Targeted strikes only. Earth's ships moved forward. But they didn't fire the kind of weapons the Council expected. Instead, they fired special devices that attached to Council ships. Once attached, these devices shut down the Council ships' power systems. One by one, the mighty Council ships went dark, floating helplessly in space. "What is happening?" demanded the Tholian commander. "Why aren't our weapons working?" "The humans," said Kelzar, finally understanding. "They found a way to absorb energy weapons and shut down our power systems. This is what the Ardians discovered. This is why we destroy them." Within 2 hours, half the Council fleet was disabled. Not destroyed, just unable to fight. The other half retreated to a safe distance, unsure what to do. Admiral Kim opened a communication channel to Kelzar's ship. Her face appeared on their screen. "This is Admiral Kim of Earth," she said. "Your attack has failed. We could destroy your ships, but that's not how humans do things." Kelzar was shocked. "Then what do you want?" "We want peace," said Admiral Kim. "Real peace, not control. We offer your disabled ships safe passage home if you agree to recognize Earth's independence and our right to develop our own path." The Tholian commander clicked angrily. "We should fight to the death." But Kelzar saw the truth. "We can't win this fight. The humans have technology we don't understand. Technology we once destroyed rather than try to understand." Finally, Kelzar made the hardest decision in Council history. "We accept your terms, Admiral Kim. The attack is over." As the disabled Council ships were allowed to restart their systems and leave, news spread quickly throughout the galaxy. The mighty Council had been defeated without a single ship being destroyed. Humanity had won not by being more violent, but by being smarter and more merciful. On 18 worlds that had been under Council control, people began to demand freedom. 6 other independent worlds sent messages to Earth, asking for alliances. In Earth's defense center, Admiral Kim and President Kang watched the Council fleet retreat. "Do you think they'll keep their word?" asked the president. "I don't know," answered Admiral Kim. "But one thing is clear. The galaxy will never be the same again." 6 months after the failed Council attack, Earth's moon hosted a historic meeting. Representatives from 18 formerly controlled worlds and 6 independent planets gathered in a large dome on the lunar surface. Earth called this meeting the Free Species Coalition. The meeting hall was built in a large crater. Through its clear roof, the blue Earth hung in the black sky, beautiful and peaceful. President Kang welcomed the visitors. "Today marks a new beginning for all our worlds," she said, "not based on control, but on cooperation and respect." Surprisingly, the Council had also sent observers. They sat quietly at the back of the room. They did not look happy, but they were there. That itself was a big change. Admiral Kim, now head of Earth's new Space Cooperation Agency, presented the plan for the alliance. "Each world brings unique strengths," she explained. "The Lorians understand biology better than anyone. The Vex are experts in space travel. Humans excel at finding new solutions to old problems. Together, We can achieve more than any single species. Li Jun then described the alliance structure. It was completely different from the Council's system. There would be no permanent leader. Each world would have equal voice. Decisions would require discussion and agreement, not orders from the top. The Council succeeds through control, Li said. Our coalition will succeed through diversity and cooperation. As the meeting continued, Kelzar, the Viridian who still led the weakened council, approached Li Jun during a break. I do not understand, Kelzar said quietly. You humans have the power now. The energy absorption technology gives you an advantage no one can match. Why don't you use it to take control as we would? Li Jun smiled. That's exactly why we scared you so much, isn't it? Because we don't think like you. Explain, demanded Kelzar. Humans learn from our own bloody history, Li said. For thousands of years, we fought among ourselves. Stronger groups tried to control weaker ones. It never brought lasting peace. Li pointed to the earth visible through the dome. We nearly destroyed ourselves before we learned that true strength comes from working together, not dominating others. Kelzar seemed confused. But power is the purpose of advancement. To become strong enough that no one can threaten you. That's where we disagree, said Li. The purpose of advancement is to make life better for everyone, not just the strongest. Later that day, the Free Species Coalition signed its first agreement. Each world would share their unique knowledge. Together, they would explore the galaxy peacefully. Any new species they found would be welcomed as equals, not subjects to control. Dr. Hanjun, who had first received the alien signal that started everything, watched with pride. The Ardeans would be happy, he said to O Min. Their warning helped us avoid their fate. And we're continuing their work, O Min replied. They discovered the energy field technology that the Council feared. Now we're taking it further, but sharing it rather than keeping it for ourselves. As the meeting ended, ships from the 30 different worlds formed a circle around Earth. It wasn't a show of submission. It was a celebration of something new in the galaxy. True cooperation among equals. President Kang stood with Admiral Kim, watching from the lunar surface. Do you think the Council will try to fight us again? President Kang asked. Admiral Kim shook her head. I don't think so. They're too afraid of us now. Not because of our weapons, but because of our ideas. Ideas spread faster than fleets can travel. And what scares them most? Asked President Kang. That we showed the galaxy another way to live, replied Admiral Kim. By turning down their offers of power and control, we created something better, something they never imagined possible. As the Earth turned slowly against the blackness of space, a new age was beginning. Not just for humanity, but for all free species who chose cooperation over control and respect over fear. And that was the most terrifying thing the Galactic Council had ever faced.